Yeah, welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a happy Friday. It is almost time for the weekend, baby, baby. Okay, I know I am ready for Friday. Y'all had me worn out yesterday. Look, I blame myself as well because we had some good conversation. If y'all did not tap into yesterday's live, oh my goodness, it's like a whole like meeting that we had that turned into 3 hours. Okay. I thought we were going to be on there for maybe an hour or so, child. We talked so much, it went up to 3 hours. And when I got off, I said, now, wait a minute. I went in, I said something to my husband. Next thing I know, baby, it was morning. Okay. I was tired, but I had taken my kids to a theme park yesterday also. So that kind of just made it a longer day. But y'all come on in on this Friday morning. We won't be on here long, okay? We always say that. Make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Gretchen, good morning. Thank you for joining and thank you for being first in the building. Welcome. Hey, Key Loves Me, good morning. Thank you for joining. Dovey is in the building. Welcome. Thank you for tapping in. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Good morning. Hey, my girl Latte is in the building. Thank you for joining. Hey, Joy. Okay, Grand Rising to you. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, Dreamy Girl. Good morning, sis. Hey, Ray Ray from PA. Okay, thank you for joining. Latte, she said, girl, I don't know if we restricted this morning, baby. We're definitely not doing 3. Okay. We had a lot to get out on yesterday. Now, y'all, last night, before I went to bed, because I think I fell asleep listening in to some of Gigi's live. And let me also do my disclaimer before I forget. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged and our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Joy said, I've came to some real conclusions last night. Uh-oh. I know, Joy, you've been thinking, okay? If y'all would like to support the channel, Dreamy Girl has placed some various ways that you are able to support the channel in the chat. She said, I watched y'all in church. Okay, like say, girl, I was like, wait a minute. It was church day too. But see, when I started, it wasn't. It went over into that time. And when I got off and looked at the time, I said, oh my gosh, I did not realize it had been 3 hours. It didn't feel like it. It really did. Hey Sharon, good morning. Okay, so last night, y'all, Gigi, I tapped into the beginning part of her live because I fell asleep. Not that she's boring or what they were talking about, because Polo was actually on there as well. If y'all have not seen that, and we're talking about some interesting things. But she said that she received a threat, okay, in her inbox about her, stopping to, to stop talking about this topic and so forth. And Gigi said she is not a puppet, okay? She gonna talk about what she wants to talk about. And God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And anytime, see, people are not going to be intimidated if you're trying to get to the truth, unless it's a truth they don't want you to get to. Okay, come on now. So my thing is that is very questionable as to why all of a sudden people are being threatened. She said it was a musical, no preaching. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, we'll be back Sunday for the open book worship experience for those of you who would like to tap in on Sunday mornings at 7:30 Central Time. okay, in the morning. Hey, Real Talk No Chaser, good morning. Y'all, Real Talk No Chaser, he is responsible for producing my opening and my closing, okay, the intro and the outro. Shout out to Real Talk No Chaser. I told him I have to get with him because I want a new one. I'm not that anything is wrong with the one that I have. I just want to do a different one. We're in 2026, so I wanted to get a new one. But y'all check out his channel because he also covers in the Latruth, Mrs. Latruth, former Mrs. Latruth sector. But y'all know probably Latruth. But she's now, they're divorced and she has a new boo thing, Mr. Janelle Young. He's an actor. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but child, they got a lot going on. And so Real Talk No Chaser produces different raps and music and lyrics that go kind of coincide with the story. Okay, when I tell y'all he is a genius, make sure y'all check him out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because you are so creative. Let's see. I need to get with Pratt as well. Yes. And Latte, I'll send it to you if that's okay with Pratt. And so, yes. All right. So, yes, y'all. So, I wanted to go over, we were getting into this whole cabin situation on yesterday as far as some things came out about the cabin that were different from what we were told in the beginning. Okay. And I'm going to use allegedly, of course. We were told in the beginning that there was this argument between Dro and Lulu that escalated to the point where a person called to make a complaint. After that, the police were allegedly called, and the owner, told them that they had to check out. They allegedly checked out and then went to this hotel. So we've been hearing this over and over. It's been recycled over and over. Well, yesterday there was some breaking news midday from Polo that allegedly the police were never called to the cabin, something that we have been thinking this whole time. Now, that, although it seems like a small, minor thing, is really not, because that was a kickoff of where we thought things started in this whole storyline of what happened to Dro. And child, that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of, is what really happened to Dro. By any means necessary, we want to know the truth. I don't care where the truth comes from, all this side stuff and this. No, I want to know what happened to Dro. It is justice for Dro. Now, yesterday, another point that I made was when we say justice for Dro, that could be a variety of things, okay, that we're trying to get justice for. Okay, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. And a lot of people also believe that there are more than just Lulu and Dro there and involved in this situation. Okay, is given that to me as well. Like, man, this thing is more complex and deeper than we actually thought. It has layers to this. Okay, we don't know even what transpired as far as phone calls leading up to that day. So yesterday, Polo did a live, and I'm going to show a snippet of it. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but we'll see how much we can get through from True Crime Unraveled. And let's kind of listen to some of the things that were stated pertaining to this cabin situation. Okay, let's get it.
I see people still keep talking about they filing motions to Gilchrist County. They still talking about Gilchrist County. Boy, them people so lost in the sauce, it don't make no sense. Know what I mean? These people, listen here. Tweety D and Tweety Dumb got people thinking that Gilchrist County was a real place. It's a real place on the map. Listen, it's a real place on the map. Gilchrist County is part of Trenton, that Trenton, Florida. That's a real county in the state of Florida. But the part that people didn't know is you gotta do your homework before you go posting. See, she told people that they would file a motion to Gilchrist County. Why would you be filing motion to Gilchrist County when ain't nothing happened in Gilchrist County? They never stayed in Gilchrist County. Not one day, not one night. Know what I mean? Not one night. And they were wondering, they be talking about, well, I want to know, what do the sheriff's department would have to do with this? Well, if you did your homework, then you should know that that cabin is in Alachua County. That's Alachua County. That cabin is in Alachua County. Gainesville control, the GPD control Gainesville. Anything outside the city would be the sheriff department jurisdiction. Technically, it should be the sheriff department jurisdiction. You know, you got certain county lines, certain things should fall up under the sheriff department and not Gainesville. But once again, you filed motions to Gilchrist County.
And let me also say, even in parts of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it could be a matter of a street separating the boundary. For example, or the county. This is a real life example, my life, okay? At one point, where we lived was in a certain city, okay? It was considered a certain city. On our address, it had a certain city. Now, where our house was right on the line of two counties. Okay. So either you were in the bigger county or you were in the smaller county. So when I tried to go to the library one time and get a library card, she told me, no, you can't get it here. And I'm like, well, my bills come to this address and blah, 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 blah. She said, no, but your actual house on the map, it sits more so on the line of the other county. Then another example, because I had learned that information, my husband had gone to get some treatments at a hospital or something. And they were like, well, you have to be a part of this county. Your address shows this. And then I said, well, wait, check it out. Because we were told that our house is on this line and is considered this particular county. Y'all, it could be that small of a difference, okay, where they will consider this a part of this particular county. So he's saying that although that it's very close, these counties are very close, okay, then the cabins though were more so on the High Springs, which is Alachua County, okay, county line, and not the other one, Gilchrist. Hey, Betty, welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Everyone that's coming on in, welcome, Catherine. So that is what you have to go with. So he had shared a picture of the sheriff not too long ago, I think last weekend or earlier in the week. And so I didn't even know why he had shared that. I thought maybe he had a meeting and was able to find out more information. And so he probably had a conversation with them, talked to them. Now, I showed also y'all on yesterday where I had submitted FOIA requests, like for records in regards to the case to the Sheriff's Department in Alachua County, right? With Gainesville. They said that they did not have the records, and I needed to reach out to Gainesville Police Department to get those records if it's in regards to the death investigation. Okay, so it's like, I think he's trying to understand, because you have to submit it to the proper county with it. So if you're saying you submitted it there, then it's probably not going to show any information if the cabins were not actually inside of that county, if that makes sense. Okay.
Man, them people gonna look at you all stupid. You went by a name and thought that this place was actually in Gilchrist County, and Tweety D and Tweety dumb. They so dumb. They actually thought the place was in Gilchrist County too. Don't nobody do their homework. People just be running their mouth, just talking, and just be quick to go post something. Now you done filed motion to a place that don't even exist. You can't file nothing to a county where the place don't even exist in that county. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? That's how I know y'all not doing y'all homework and y'all just running y'all yap. Because if so, then you would have known that them cabins was in Alachua County. Hello. But you know, me and my followers and the trolls, man, we just be sitting back laughing. We really do, but I wanted to educate the world on something, man. Stop allowing people to lie to y'all. When you know the name of places, man, do your own homework. Because people make it seem like they really putting in work. They really be putting in work. Know what I mean? But guess what? They smiled in my face. Whole time I was sitting back laughing. And I'm still gonna laugh. Because you know why? Y'all fumbled. Y'all messed everything up. Y'all messed everything up. And the sad part about it is, it's so fucked up now that none of y'all can clean it up. That just none of y'all can clean it up. Y'all should just be embarrassing, man. Y'all is just embarrassing. And then y'all be thinking that y'all really be getting the Polo, but Polo no more than y'all. I keep telling y'all that. I keep telling y'all that. But guess what? Sometimes you miss your blessings by thinking you teaching somebody a lesson. That's some crazy shit right there. Now, and listen here. Now, that's what you call morning motivation. Boy, that's some morning motivation right there, boy. I missed the motivation from yesterday. I didn't see it. Where was it? Or was they like this? Because I missed it. You can't troll the troll. Boy, y'all something else, man. Y'all over there looking for shit in Gilchrist County. And Gilchrist County looking back like these motherfuckers just stupid. They just dumb. And that's why they ain't gonna get no answer, because they dumb. These white people looking at y'all like, man, I know goddamn well. You gotta be dumb. See, you come in from around there, but you talking about where I ain't from. Or where I don't be at. Boy, I tell you, boy, listen here. Boy, this here crazy, man.
What's the difference between life insurance and funeral insurance?
Now,
Funeral insurance is a type of
another
whole life
thing,
insurance,
too,
but designed specifically.
Is, you know what? I'm gonna stop sharing right quick. Just in case some of y'all didn't see this the other day. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me share this video. Now, I wanted to show y'all this video because it pulled up the actual cabins. And if you look at the video, okay, it is in High Springs. Because I saw that too, because I did this video before he even brought that up. So it's not like I'm just trying to co-sign, like someone said yesterday, what he's saying, how do I know it's true? Well, I'm going to believe myself in my own eyes, okay? And I know what I saw the other day when I was looking at this hotel. So let's look at this video that I did. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but I want y'all to also pay attention to the address, the city, and so forth. And we were just kind of getting a deeper look into the actual cabin itself, I should say. Now,
I love you.
who that laugh?
I love you too. Man, I love you. You my everything. Oh my God. God, I love you, Lou. Yes, I can close the door. I love you, Lou. Take your time. Say I love you. You my everything. Thank you so much. Here, give me a kiss. I love you too. You're so perfect. It gets better. Your punishment, right?
Hello and welcome to The Open Book. This is your host Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, cash app, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field of this video. So as we just saw in Dro'S last video there on his Facebook, him and Lulu at one of these postcard cabins there in High Springs, Florida in Gilchrist, and it's an outdoor collection by Marriott Bonvoy. So I wanted to just kind of see what was really inside of these cabins and get a better idea of where they were. Now, it was alleged that during this cabin trip, things kind of took a turn for the worse. Okay, things kind of got a little heated. An argument allegedly ensued, and there was a phone call to report or complain about the argument. Okay, now this was before the info came out yesterday. Now see how we thinking, oh Lord, these people done got into an argument out in these woods. Because I started looking like, how close are the cabins to each other? Would someone hear that, if they were in the cabin like way off, or how far apart? So that was one of the reasons I wanted to look into this too, thinking that there was this argument because someone had stopped by, or all of that. How dark was it there? How many people come there? So those things came into play because I'm thinking that there was this big argument and the police had to show up and so forth. And police allegedly were called out, and Lulu and Dro had to leave this camp, and then that's when they were going to go ahead and check into a hotel. Okay, and I'm hoping that there is more of a thorough investigation as far as the person who complained, maybe speak with them as a potential witness. And these cabins are closer than what I thought. They are not too far apart, okay? So I just typed in a random day, March 27th, Friday through Saturday, and here it shows they have a cabin standard queen. They have a cabin standard 2-queen bunk. Now there isn't a huge difference in price, $9, okay? It's showing $220 a night. Here, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looked like, and this one almost looked like the one that they were in when I looked at that little driveway. And remember Dro, when he was showing what he had done, you could see the car parked there, and then this lady in one of the videos, she pulls up there. So it almost looks like the same one, but I'm not saying that it is. Also has like a little fire pit out there and some seats where you can sit. Okay, kind of gives you an idea of the amount of space inside of the cabins. And y'all, there's that window, because at nighttime, ooh, I probably, if it should have like a curtain or a shade or something, it would definitely come down. Okay, that would be a scary sight. But I just wanted to show you more about the interior of the cabin and give us an idea, give us a visual of it. They have little tables there on the inside, one table where a person can sit there on the inside. Also, here's the kitchen area, shows you like the utensils, decorations, and so forth. Also, someone else stayed at these cabins, and he gave a review back in December 2025. He said it's like a tent, kind of. He gave it a 3 out of 5. He said, I should have researched this more before booking here. I had an image of an industrial container converted to a hotel room in the woods. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Picture a trailer park with 18-foot long mini travel trailers converted into a spa hotel. 18-foot trailers are small. I'm 75, and climbing into a bed which takes the entire width of the trailer wasn't easy. The bed was pretty comfortable, but the staff had tucked the duvet under the foot so far that we couldn't cover ourselves without getting out and remaking the bed, which is really hard to do. A very cold night ensued. No sink in the bathroom. What? Child, that would have made me want to go to a hotel right then. Even travel trailers have this. Try shaving without a mirror. Admittedly, the shower was larger than a trailer shower, but you have to be careful not to overuse the hot water or you run out. There's a 2-burner stove and a mini hotel refrigerator, but little place to store food. So if you want to cook, it isn't easy. Okay, I wonder how they cooked all of that food that they had. Okay. There's a fire pit outside a la campsite, and Marriott provides firewood, fire starters, and a virtually non-functional campfire lighter. Almost no place to sit inside. There is a table and 1 chair. We are a couple, and I needed to sit in the step up to the bed while my wife used the chair. Marriott provided a picnic table and 2 Adirondack chairs, which were wet from recent rain, so we couldn't sit outside. They advertise a nature trail. It's about 75 yards long. All in all, I was disappointed, and at $250 a night, New Year's Eve week, I guess it's more expensive, I felt ripped off. If I want to camp, I'll go buy a tent. This is a poor substitute, and next time we'll just find a resort and pay a bit more. Positives: the staff, you have to text or call them if you need something, were nice. And the location is near some nice springs, which are great for boating when the weather is warmer, but not enough to convince me to return. Also, they said bring lots of bug spray. Think about eating out and not cooking, except things like hot dogs. Mostly, I think this is a place to avoid. Wow. Okay. D said, oh no, I can't stay there. So I wanted to show y'all, it did say High Springs. Now, another thing that was mentioned was, they have that spring there. Now, that spring can also go through various counties too. Okay. So that's something to think about when you're thinking about the location and so forth. It could definitely be on the line. All right, so let's continue. We're going to go back to the other video.
This shit crazy, man. This shit is out of control, man. Like, bro, at this point here, man, the jokes is on y'all. Like, for real, man. Like, oh my God. Like, and then, hey, listen here. I sat back and I waited. And I tell you, well, they might figure it out. They say they got all this experience. They might figure it out. But then I realized they ain't figured shit out. They ain't figured shit out, man. They just making this shit worse and worse. I swear to God, they just making it worse. Or whatsoever. And it's sad. It really is, because...
Thank you so much, Catherine, for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much.
These people really sold their ass. These people really went against the grain. Why would you do that? That's not smart. Like, come on, like, and I keep telling people, I keep warning people, or whatsoever. These people only did it because Polo was starting to figure shit out. Polo was figuring shit out, man. Polo, listen here. Polo was figuring shit out that they ain't want people to figure out. And I'm talking about, and then this person here just came along, talking about they been here. Well, if you been here, like you say you been here, there's no way you would have filed a motion to Gilchrist County. Girl, you is a compulsive liar. You worse than him. You worse than him. Because how you been here since January and you filed a motion to Gilchrist County? Shit, girl, happy birthday. You just got served your piece of cake. This shit is out of control, man. It's really out of control. Lies on top of lies, and people just keep on lying. Like, it don't call for all these lies. Like, y'all look up the name. Look up the name, man. I can't make this shit up. Look up the name, man. And y'all will see that these cabins is in Hot Spring, Florida. That's Alachua County. Boy, this shit don't make no sense. Boy, they started be talking about Gilchrist County. For all y'all that just tuned in, man, I just want to give y'all some education 101, man, how people are so much of bad liars. Dog, listen here. And then I be seeing people run over there talking about real receipts. Well,
This machine could change t-shirt printing forever. I printed this t-shirt with the back neck label, sleeve hit, an awesome chest graphic, hang tag, and I printed the box with this mystery machine right here.
boy, this shit here crazy, man. This shit is off the chain, boy. This shit don't make no sense. It don't. It don't cost nothing to tell the truth. It don't cost nothing to keep it real. Y'all was so focused on come at the Polo. This girl, this ain't about Polo. But in here, y'all said I lost 10,000 followers. Well, I lost my subscriber portal. Well, boy, this shit out of control, man. This shit out of control, man. I told y'all, watch as the day in progress. Watch as it keep going. I posted certain pictures. Y'all better pay attention to them. And they had the nerve to ask me what these people got. Boy, listen here. Y'all out of control.
Wait a minute. I got to pause.
Y'all
Everyone coming in. Becca, T-Lady, thank y'all for joining. D said, what we going to do? Okay. Now, y'all, we got to be honest now. Okay, on this part. I have seen more things that Polo has posted. Now, it's not a competition. Like I said, I want to just see the truth and get to the bottom of the truth. I have not seen any receipts posted on anyone else's channels. Okay, if y'all have, let me know. Let me know in the chat because I don't want to get it mistaken. I'm just speaking for what I've seen or not seen. But if you have seen any receipts posted on the on any of the family sides, okay, I know it's the side thing, it shouldn't be, but if y'all seen any receipts posted, let me know. I probably missed it. Okay. As far as the activist, I think she's posted receipts as far as who she's emailed, the receipt from the meeting that they had coming up. But pertaining to the case itself, like any witnesses, anything, let me know in the comment section because I just want to make sure we're on one accord. Okay. I want to know what receipts have been posted. Just let me know if y'all have seen some in the comments. Polo telling them, but they don't want the truth. OB. Nookie, you think he flipping and flopping on what? What is he flipping and flopping on?
out of control. No, man, I gotta drop it on the floor because, I'm gonna tell you something. If I drop it too late, it's too late. It don't matter. They already posted it. See, when they already posted all that bullshit, anything they do now is, they just correcting it because Polo put them on game. It's not because they did it on their own. It's because Polo showed them and exposed their lies, and now they must clean them up. You must clean them up now. The audacity of people. Woo! Woo! All right, Miss Jackson. Woo! Boy, I got...
Okay. Now, also, let's see here. Charlene, welcome. She said they went to that meeting and still came out with nothing. Now, my thing is this. I believe the family does have proof in reports that we don't have. access to yet, because they usually go to the family, especially with them closing out the case. They're going to alert the family of what has transpired. Now, if some things were given to Ms. Rena, then she hasn't spoken on that part either. And I'm hoping that they would give the info to at least his father, even if they don't give it to the whole family. Like the medical examiner, remember he was on the phone, he went live and he was talking to the medical examiner. She said that she was waiting on some pieces of information, the reports. Well, now that they have the reports, do they have access to that? So even speaking to what they know from that standpoint could also clarify some things for the public. Okay. Polo knows something about Natasha's son. He hasn't shared the wallet situation, any receipt of this incident. Well, I know when I think they did that live on the activist channel. They clarified that it wasn't the son. They said it was a family member. And, tried to say that because Lulu is not his family, she didn't need that. And, I guess that was to kind of justify why the family member was there trying to get the wallet. Let's see. Good morning, Lady Pisces. Welcome to everyone coming on in. Okay, Nikki said nothing, no receipts. Polo got a lot of info. Just sit back and watch. He about business. They should have kept it real. D said, I believe Polo have receipts of what happened and the family do too. They just don't want to say. I'm thinking they have something like, y'all, we didn't even know about the pictures that were sent to Dro'S family. Okay. Until recently, even with that info, that showed something as well. What the witness stated, I hadn't heard that until Polo started speaking up about some of those things. If he wants justice for Dro, what's the point of all this loudness? Plus, his mom said it's justice for Dro until she died. She sure did. Yep, she said that. But out of respect of the family, Polo not going to put it out. He wants the family to do it. Right. At this point, if they gave it to the Davis family, we won't know the truth. If it don't fit their narrative, it won't be shared. Okay. So, like that would be good. And then last night, another piece of information we were talking about were like the phone records. Now, I'm not sure if that has to be done through the courts. Y'all let me know if you know anything about that. But if it's possible that maybe his family, if they show like the death certificate and tell more about the case, that they are trying to get access to Dro's phone records because they don't have access to his phones, to kind of get more surrounding who contacted him, who would have known his locations and things of that sort, that his phone is text messages, okay, phone calls. Because if you're just looking at Lulu's phone and just kind of scrolling through there, she could have deleted something, okay. I don't know if they requested a full report of her text messages, emails, and all of that. And something tells me they didn't, but that's just my opinion. Baby, they say, let me see your phone and just scroll through, child. You can't go with just that, okay? But that may be an alternative if they want to really look to see who knew where he was, okay? Who contacted him, even if the police didn't do it. Let's see here. Let's see, T Lady, happy belated birthday. Oh, wait, if T Lady had a birthday, happy belated birthday. My question is, why now do they want that? What part? The phone records? And the mom may know the truth too, and that's why she's not saying anything. Yeah, like they may already have reports and things of that sort. So at this point, like, I don't know what else they're looking for if they know kind of what has taken place. Now, maybe they're trying to see if it's the blunt force trauma, what happened in regards to that part, okay? But as far as autopsy reports, that part has already been completed, okay? The medical examiner's office, they completed that part. toxicology reports have already been completed. Okay, so that's just something to think about with this.
Go and get me some cut water, cause I'm a drunk powder head. I gotta go get me some cut water. But I'm gonna stop by the courthouse on my way. Woo! This shit could change. What? But it's boy, here that laugh fake just like the lies y'all told. Woo! Shit. I'm telling y'all, man. Boy, listen here. Good morning, world, man. Good morning, y'all, man. See, this I'm tell y'all something, man. This is the education 101. You can't be doing things out of hate, out of jealousy, out of envy, and think that you're gonna prosper. Nope.
Facts.
Nope. I sat back and watched people put their own foot in their mouth. And I was just waiting. Perfect timing. Waiting on people to drop their so-called receipts. Because guess what? Them trolls are out there waiting to get them screenshots.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI
That's the
creation
confusing
platform.
part of little business.
Describe what you want.
Woo! That shit crazy. And another thing is, man, education 101 is, you know what I mean?
Now,
If the PI is higher,
this part here, have we seen a police report, Miss Lynn? Because now, baby, like I said last night, I'm questioning everything. Okay. Even on that, I'm like, well, was there a police report of this assault charge? Because I have heard that, though. I have heard that. So has anyone, y'all let me know if anyone said there was a police report of that taking place. I believe that we had it all along, but confused the people, places, and things. D said, believe me, Lulu told that mom what really happened. I believe that. Oh, and y'all, oh my gosh, I'm glad that you said that. Where I get from Polo, he's saying it was an accident. Let's see, he the one the mom cursed out asking why. Yeah. Yep. And he was going on behalf of the Davis family because he said that they asked him to because they weren't able to. They had found out about it that morning. And so he was closer and, you know, he went there. He wasn't going there to mess with Miss Rena. Okay. He was going on behalf of the family. The mother do know she went to commission meeting before she got the medical examiner report. Got you. So much of what's being talked about in this case has become a lot of confusion. Well, really, Catherine, I think it's more so of clearing up some things that were presented earlier on. So now it makes it confusing because some of the truth was either held back or not put out there. Okay, so then that brings confusion because then you're trying to figure out, well, what part is true? Okay, and what part is not? I'll do that at the end of this. It's something I wanted to show y'all. I agree. I believe the mama knew from day one. The mom very street articulate. That's why it took 3 to 11 times to come up with accident, ignoring the Davis side because she knows shady. Hey, Raymel. Let me play a little more of this, and I want to show y'all another bit.
then why is you filing all these motions? Why is you filing all this paperwork that the PI is supposed to be doing? Ain't that why the PI was allegedly hired to file the motions that people can't file, do things that ordinary people couldn't do? Ain't that what they told the people the PI was for? Well, the only thing I'm seeing is Fiona saying she filed this and she filed that and she filed this and she filed that. That's crazy.
And it was also stated that the PI had already been working on the case even before the meeting, because if y'all heard, they said that there was a meeting with the PI there. I'm like I said, hey, this the PI cracked this case, baby. They need special award, extra bonus, okay? Because this is one of the most complicated cases I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so this PI can get to the bottom of what happened, child. Give that person an award, a medal, a bonus. Okay, give them a photo op with former President Barack Obama. Put their picture up in the Hall of Fame. Okay, let's see here. When the activist did her live, she said they were having the protest on the 28th. Oh yeah, when is that's coming up? Because that was the day they were supposed to receive reports. So why pull our leg about the meeting and no report? Well, the 28th is still coming up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what comes of all of this. Okay. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. Let's see it on the 28th. What all happens? Do we see any reports, any updates on that day? We'll wait it out. All she do is lie. If she tell the truth, hell, we wouldn't know. Miss Lynn, at the meeting, she asked for more because she has heard more than one story. I do know using Gemini where the accident happened, there are plenty of cameras. Oh, now that would be some good things. They had some camera footage there. Now I think it was stated that they did see her car entering under the bridge and coming out. I don't know. I guess right there under the bridge, there are no cameras, but it seems as though they did see something, allegedly, police, on some cameras. Why you think I pulled back from this? Because I knew it was more to it. Now it's coming out. I was not crazy, right? And D, she, was reporting on this for a while. One of the main people, her and Gigi, in the beginning phases of this. And so after a while, she started noticing some things. She's had conversations even on the back end, okay, with some people that's close to the case. And she started noticing some things and yeah, pull back, stop really covering it. And then all of a sudden, this stuff is starting to come out. So she's speaking from experience. Okay. She was even privy to Natasha being on a call with Cece and heard some things too. But when Natasha comes out here, she pretends like she doesn't know Cece. Okay. So come on now. Like stuff like that, we can't lie about. It's semantics. If you're saying, oh, that's not my best friend, but do you know her? Have you had a conversation with her? Do y'all have pictures together? People y'all grew up with, do they know y'all? Come on now. Okay, so it's not about semantics. Let's get to the bottom of what really happened to Dro. All the extra games and semantics and this going back and forth, like that's not even important, and that can cause an unnecessary distraction. People just want the truth, okay, and not to be deceived, not all these false narratives. Like what really happened to Dro? Joy, your guess is as good as mine. They say it is, so we're gonna go with that. I will shout her out every day. Real talk. They knew that meeting wasn't going to produce any documents. Then they went back on live complaining that they couldn't give them anything in black and white, gaslighting us. Before I have lifelong headaches. Okay, Lady Pisces said, be honest, too many stories. I don't know what to believe anymore. Only Lulu Dro, God knows what really happened. It will come to light. Okay, right. And you live in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, Nurse Ava. She said, Polo is just spewing nonsense, telling partial stories based off of crumbs and misinformation is reckless. Uh-oh. And shout out to Nurse Ava, the official Dr. RN. She is from the What Didn't Add Up channel, and she gave us the working theory the other day. Okay, like I said, they are another channel where we've seen more receipts and things of that sort. Okay, getting closer to what could have possibly happened. And I do have to say, though, when I say that Polo has shown receipts, that's where some of like the witness interviews some of the, even the pizza box timestamp, some other things that he has put out that I have not seen anywhere else. When I say that, we're all trying to get to the truth. Everything Polo is saying, though, y'all, I'm not going to say is lies. Okay, I'm not going to say that, because there are some things even before I knew who Polo was and the way I was thinking about some things. I didn't even know this man. I just so happened came across him on Facebook and was like, wow, somebody else been thinking some stuff like I've been thinking. I promise you. Okay, so I'm not gonna say everything, just like I can't say everything Natasha stated was a lie. That wouldn't be fair. Okay, but there are some things that were put out that were not corrected. If we're going to put out things, we have to correct it for the public if we're saying justice for Dro. And that's just my opinion. If we're saying justice for Dro, we should all be on one accord and thinking that we want the truth. There's no justice without truth. I'm just saying, like, we're missing that part. We're missing that part. Like, it has to be truth in what we are fighting for. And justice for Dro, y'all, I believe is way more justice than what we thought. Way more that comes with this, okay, than just what happened to him on the other side, on the side of that road. There are other things too that are coming to the light. How much did Dro know? Okay, what all was taking place leading up to that? All of that matters. All of that is important. Someone even stated that in the chat yesterday. It is all a piece to this puzzle. When you're working on a puzzle, yeah, you have like a main part of a puzzle. But guess what? There are the outer edges that you need in order to complete a whole puzzle. Not just one little piece, this little piece. No, it's other things as well. So some stuff I got to have my own mind. I am a critical in it, okay? I'm thinking on both sides of this thing, not just, oh, this person. No, I'm not a follower. I have my own mind, and there are some things that I feel and have felt were off. And some stuff I just don't bring out to the forefront or tell to the public. But best believe I'm watching, I'm observing, I'm thinking about it. I may talk to a couple of people I talk on the back end and running by them. Look, have you thought about this or have you thought about that? But y'all, I want the truth to what happened to Dro. I can definitely say that. Let's see.
That's crazy. That's all you see. She filed this, she filed that. Well, because of a real good PI,
and that's
a real good PI of 23 years of experience, a real PI of 23 years of experience would have did their homework and would have known that the cabins never was in Gilchrist County. Now that what a real PI would have did with all this experience now. Cause there ain't no way a PI with so much experience and a reputation so sharp is gonna make that mistake and say that, or file a motion. Or even a good attorney is not gonna file no motion to a county where cabins never existed at. A good lawyer, a good PI would have never filed no motion or no claim to no county asking for information in a place that people never stayed in. Boy, this shit crazy, man. This is crazy. And then the crazy part about it is, see, and another thing is, see, when Polo started catching on and seeing what was really going on and figuring out what was real and wasn't fake, one thing he also figured out was the cabins wasn't in Gilchrist County. No, they wasn't. At all. Like, hello world.
And my thing is this: we want to talk about receipts, even on this part here. Where is the police report of that particular incident? Is there a police report out there? Okay. Showing that that would be a potential receipt for that, because if there is no police report showing that there was an argument, then what? Are we going to say, oh, that's okay, that was just something put out there? No, that's not right. Okay, we have to use integrity. That's not right to make up something in a case that didn't really happen. Where did that come from? Okay, and if someone was playing on the phones and told the owner that, then I hope the owner can get to the bottom of who said that. And was that the real reason that they left that cabin? It's almost like you got to go back to re-verify everything and see what was the truth and what was a lie. It's almost like we playing two truths, one lie. Okay. And we can only go by our opinions, because if we don't have the information, which I'm trying to get the information myself, okay, we don't have the facts of the matter, then it is speculation, your opinions. That's what we have to go by. Only Dro, Lulu, and God know what really happened at this point. God went to the grave so Tyrone Davis Jr. could live. Write a bunch of made up narratives. Facts, OB, who have their report? Is there a report? Okay, ask people that rock. You silly. Okay, where is that report? That's a receipt. That's a potential receipt there. If that PI can get, okay, here's the receipt we found, that there was an incident, that the police were called at this time. Here was the complaint. They responded at this time. Okay. The owner said they had to be out by this time. Like, where is all of that? If it does not exist, then what? Where do we go with that? Because this is where it all started from, right? So then you have to go through, okay, if that didn't happen, then what was the reason that they would have left this cabin that he decorated, put a lot of thought into? Okay, they had to leave here and then go into a hotel. Now, when we get to the hotel, then comes into play camera footage, check-in time receipts. Okay, when did they check in? Okay, was there any camera footage outside the perimeters? Inside, did he go into a room? Could you see outside if there were other people out there waiting, talking to them? How long did they stay at the hotel before they went to Papa John's? Because like I was saying yesterday, hotel check-ins are usually 4 p.m. Now, sometimes you can get an early check-in, like about maybe 2, 3 o'clock. Okay, now we do know that they found him after 5 p.m. Okay, it was the evening time. So where were they that whole morning? Another thing we pointed out last night, you got to pay attention to people's patterns. He was a huge vlogger. He went live a lot, even on the road, when they went on vacations. He did that a lot. Even if he didn't use his YouTube, okay, we don't see any more footage on Facebook after they were at the cabin. Why didn't he do his morning motivation with Dro on that Saturday morning? Even if he was upset with Lulu, we're going to keep on with the argument narrative. Even if he was upset, do we find it odd that he did not do a live with motivation with Dro? Okay, Glow Up said, I can see it not existing. I find that odd that he did not do a video anytime after that moment. I really find that odd, knowing what he's done in the past. The police said the police did go to the cabin. Right, God's girls. But I was wondering, was there a report of that? Back to square one, and only Lulu knows without receipts. Right, we feel like we back at square one on some stuff. They left because the incident happened there. Lulu cleaned it up. The others left. That's what we've heard. Yep. Where's the report? Do anyone have hospital footage? Y'all remember? I'm gonna stop sharing. This for a second. Let's see. Do y'all remember what Jason had said in the video? They was at the hospital. Renee, him, Lulu there. Lulu left the hospital to go and get stuff from the cabin. Right. I've heard that. Now, going back to that now, I'm wondering at what time did that happen? Because it's still, if they never had to leave, see, this is how it's like you got to go in reverse. Now, let's think that through. If they never had to leave because of an argument, that could be possible. That she could have went back to the hotel to get the stuff. But at the same time, where did the hotel come into play? You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's like time gaps there of we don't know when they were at the hotel and when they were at the hospital. I mean, at the cabin. Was it ever verified if this trip was a group of friends celebrating in another cabin? I haven't seen it, Catherine. Hey, Miss Lady T. Was there really four in the car? I don't know, Love Bivens. That was stated by a lady Polo had recorded. He said that there were some other people with boots on the ground with him. Even Tyrone's father was on the phone while he was talking to that lady. I played that video yesterday. She stated that there were four people in the vehicle. Okay, so I mean, what do we do with that? I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Rainy Ryan. Welcome. Lulu and Dro checked out on time. Dro never made it to no hotel. Now, Nookie, how you saying that? You got some proof. Mr. Dorn gave clue, right? Right. I'm questioning everything. Y'all, after all these hits with stuff, it's like, come on, like we gotta get to the bottom, like the truth. That's what we want. It's the truth, not some made up stuff. So hopefully they'll start posting, like maybe y'all, okay, this was an incident. You don't have to show any public, if to the public, any private information, I should say. We don't care to see, his private stuff, or pictures, or I don't want to see that. Okay. But the knowledge of this is where we are with this is what we have. Polo at one point, let's be real about this. When Polo was speaking on behalf of the family, everyone was okay with that. Everyone was okay with that. Okay. Even if he was getting some of those things from the family, why is it now all of a sudden things are changing? Because it caused a divide and confusion. Okay. So then we have to question, well, why all of a sudden things went haywire? Where did that come into play? If we're rocking and rolling, getting receipts, seeing this witness, seeing the wings, seeing the pizza, I was like, okay, somebody is actually there. He went to the Circle K, okay, went to the Papa John's, okay. So then what started happening? That's where things kind of got, and I even said it, I said, y'all, this is causing like a division. We should be on one accord. And if we're all trying to get to the bottom of what happened, why do we have to have so much contention? Then it started coming into play after he interviewed that witness, that first witness. Then, stuff started, okay, red car. Well, who has a red car? Then that started coming out like, oh, Lord, was this person there? Was this person there? This person there? Okay, people started talking about that. Then it was like, no, it was no red car there. That it was a black car. So it's things that are being shared that I think some people are clarifying, but I think some people are getting confused in the midst of all of that, trying to, so I get it. Yeah, right, Tabitha. At first, Polo did say the police were called, but never put eyes on Dro. Polo said she never left the hospital. At this point, OB thinks certain people were working together against Dro. Okay. Let's see here. Remember, Polo was the first to tell the public that the police went to the cabin. Polo said it first. Well, I saw it also on Natasha's video, her live. So I'm just saying, where did she get that information? Remember, Polo was sharing information also that they were giving him to put out there. I heard it from her live. I'm just wondering who told her that. Was it someone really at the cabin that told her that? This how we know this case is still open. It's still open in our eyes for sure. Okay, yeah, we don't need to see certain private, personal things. We got people playing both sides and getting mad as hell. I realized that weeks ago, but thought I was tripping. And I've seen someone else say that too. Lulu never went back to the cabin. Yeah, some stuff is a distraction. Love of money. Let's see. Why is Polo changing? The love of money is why Polo changed when he heard the Davis family was getting a PI and people started donating money. Polo went bananas. Let's keep it real. But I believe people were donating money. Also, I'm like trying to look at both sides. People were donating money, and he was also allowing Dro'S children's mother to put her Cashapp in his chat. Polo had also had his channel in the beginning, and then he had grown his subscribers, right? Now with subscribers, the number he had posted, his number was high. So he was already, if we're going to say it was about money, he didn't really need that money because we don't even know how much that was that they collected anyways. If you're getting a continuous stream of income from social media, from subscribers, okay? So I didn't see it as money wise because were they giving him money in the beginning? You see what I'm saying? So I took that out of the equation and I was starting to look at, other things surrounding that what could have possibly been it. Also, y'all, like I said last night, child, the PI, we've given everybody who's been covering this has given the PI a great start. Okay. I think we've been doing more of an investigation. Shout out to all of the channels that's been out here, boots on the grounds, really getting information, researching, because, hey, we were doing more than the police department, it seems. Okay. We're going deeper than what they went. Okay. So I'm just saying. Let's see. D said, because when a narcissist knows you're getting too close to their lies, they get mad and they will out you. And that's what she did to Polo. Hey, Lisa, welcome. And that's why he can't be trusted. Exactly. He was saying things he was told. I heard it from someone in his private group. I done forgot what you said, God's girl. I have to go back. I'm reading comments and then you were clarifying. I don't think Polo cared about nobody money. He was helping Dro baby mama out. They knew that some of the things were not 100% correct and told them to be honest. Yeah, because even before it got big, when I was looking at the post on his page, he was saying subliminally, but the people, when you put subliminal posts out, they know who you're talking to. I didn't know who he was talking to, but he had been stating little things about, let's be transparent, and stuff like that, talking about transparency, accountability, and things like that. I'm like, who is he talking to? And then that's when it started coming out that he was talking to the family. Like, what? He was like, he knew some stuff and privy to some things, and when they started, getting money from people, he wanted them to be honest with the people, because when you're taking up people's money, you have to have a level of transparency. People want to know where their money is going to. That's just like with if you have let's see, a nonprofit, right? And your company is relying on donations from different partners and so forth. Well, guess what? You are going to have to be transparent and have those people all up in your business because they want to know where their money is going to. Now, they don't need to know every nook and cranny of everything, but that's why those companies take pictures, they put out newsletters, they do X, Y, and Z, because they have a level of transparency that they want to keep and give to the people that are making donations to their business. I believe that's what he was saying. If we're going to take these people's money, or y'all, I don't want to put them in there because I don't know what their deal was. But you're going to have people giving donations and money. They're going to start asking questions. Okay. So are you going to be ready to give them the correct answers? I believe it was coming in my mind, thinking about business wise. I'm just thinking from a business mindset. Okay. Where was that coming from to say that? Let's see. When any bloggers strayed away and started asking questions, the Davis family would reach out to them, make sure they put out their narrative. When bloggers say we spoke to the family, I know to log off. Polo was really searching, working on the case, and was finding out things. Polo was upset about them not being transparent, nothing about no money. Yeah, I took it as that. I took it as that part. Because the money part, I never heard him really bring up money like that, and I think too, it was almost like a slap in the face. He wanted to put it on the PI situation. He had done a lot of the footwork. And so I guess bringing in a PI, what was that going to do? Because you've already set the stage. Okay, really, with the content creators, the different questions that we pose, you got C-Ray and her team. They were laying the foundation. Nothing but the truth was putting out some things, and I actually want to show part of her video because she did. Y'all, I shared it on my community wall yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw it, but wow, man, I wish I could do videos like that. That takes a lot of time putting all of that together. And her working theory, and shout out to C-Ray and her team. I love that term, working theory. Okay, it's something that based off of the evidence and put it all together, you come up with a theory of what could have possibly happened. And wow, okay. Let's see, he went through the same thing. He was set up, got shot, and almost died. He walked down his own case. Police did nothing, and people got a lot of time. Yes, Miss Lady T, that's his reason for really getting deep into this story. Okay, because he said that he could relate to what happened to Dro because that was a similar situation that he went through. I don't think he's mad about money. They turned on him, so it made him turn and look at them. It was so many lies, so why wouldn't he? They was lying to him, and he was going off what they was saying. It was finding out they was lying. Okay, D, thank you so much. He said he was Dro and the girl that set him up and Lulu come from the same city. Yes, right. All right, let me show this little bit of Nothing But the Truth video. And shout out to her. Make sure y'all tap in channel and watch the entire video. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna have to go to my wall because I shared it on there. It'll be faster. And I give a round of applause to every content creator, whether it's Facebook, whether TikTok, whether YouTube, that has been on this case. Really trying to find. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Police and fire. What is your emergency? Ma'am?
I don't know what happened. Please send someone.
What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Let's talk about it because it seems like a lot of people is confused on what really happened to Tyrone Davis. Now that more information is put out, we can get clarity on the motive. Now, we know that Lulu and Dro had a big argument at the cabin to the point that the property manager had to call the police out to the scene. Now, we also know that Lulu and Dro rode to Papa John's together to get some pizza. Now, this is where the gray area come in from, because between Papa John's and the bridge, what happened to Tyrone Davis? But I do want to post something that was on Facebook from Serenity, which I believe who is Lulu. Now, Serenity posted back from February that the case was only...
I want to slow it down some so y'all can have a chance to read it. But she said that back in February, she received this message on Facebook from a Serenity Williams. Okay. And I was like, wait a second. I'm going to move this right quick. Okay. So it says, hey, I'm writing from an anonymous account. And y'all, remember I was saying, even if Lulu doesn't come out and tell his child, get an anonymous note to somebody of what happened. I kept saying that because she may be afraid to come out. Okay, y'all know how street justice is. People looking for it. People are not going to believe her. Okay. All of that. But child, we want to know the truth. And so this person sent an anonymous, and it says, hey, I'm writing from an anonymous account. Hope this message finds you well. I want to share important information on victim Tyrone Davis Jr. This information is shared with the family already, and they refuse to accept the truth. When families are grieving, they look for someone to blame for a tragically devastating situation. When you find this message, this account is no longer active. Hey, Buttercup. Kiara E. Davis stated in the police statement that Tyrone was intoxicated and angry at her because he felt like she was being unappreciative. I think they meant unappreciative during the romantic getaway. The argument started from the cabin. Tyrone was drunk and bilaterally yelling at Kiara about her. Can I remove this? Let me see something. Oh, about her not wanting to do something he wanted her to do. When she told him no, it made him angry.
Open because the medical examiner office was doing their part.
Then it goes on. I can't really see the top. To determine the cause of death, the toxicology report is not in yet. That's something we are still waiting on. The family is grieving and starting public outbursts because they refuse to accept reality. We did our job. Kiara's vehicle is seen entering the bridge and leaving the bridge under 50 seconds, not enough time to attack Tyrone. There's no footage under the bridge to see who actually hit Tyrone. This case is only open to get the results from the medical examiner office and findings of his toxicology level to close the file. Kiara is not a suspect in the tragedy of Tyrone Davis Jr. I'm sharing this information because the Davis family refused to put out the truth. Natasha Davis and Tyrone's father.
And it was a big coincidence that the Davis family came out and said the case was closed due to the medical examiner office. This Serenity person said that it was footage of Lulu's car entering and exiting the bridge. A lot of people thought that was a lie because we was told that it was no footage. But when Natasha Advocate came out the other day and stated
Tyrone told Kiara let him out, she refused to let him out, and he jumped out the vehicle and landed on his feet. Kiara said she had nowhere to pull over, so her next stopping point was Circle K gas station, where she stated that she was going to wait for him to meet her there. Kiara at this moment is not a suspect. Her vehicle was submitted into evidence, but it was no damage to her vehicle to indicate she hit him, as the family demanded the Gainesville Police Department. The family called aggressively attacking GPD because they refused to accept the facts. No blood was found inside the vehicle.
That when they went to GPD, they seen the footage of Lulu's vehicle doing a U-turn by the bridge, which is another coincidence. How would the Serenity person know all this intel information before it became public? So I believe that this Serenity person is Lulu giving people what really happened, because in Serenity...
Also it states, let's see, I want to share. Did I read that part already? Yeah, okay, we read that part.
Pretty Post, aka Lulu Post, this person stated that it was an argument to the point that it got heated inside the car. Now, yesterday, another content creator, go by the name of Royal D, on YouTube was going live and Lulu friend BG hit the panel. BG also stated that it was a physical altercation in the car between Lulu and Dro.
Joy, it probably was a fight in the car. I'm not going to dispute that.
There was.
Okay, see? I'm not going to dispute that. But still, if it was a fight, we got to get to what happened after the fight.
Now, I'm finna say it was just like that, like blatant. I'm gonna say I was told it was. How about that?
Okay, so now let's put two and two together, right? Now let's go back to Lulu's statement on IG where she stated that couples argue all the times and some situation can be out of anybody's control. So now that I'm getting all the information and putting two and two together, I believe that a physical altercation did happen between Lulu and Dro in the car when they was leaving Papa John's. Now, in Lulu's statement on IG, she stated that couples argue all the time and things can happen in the blink of an eye. What I'm getting from that statement is Lulu and Dro maybe did get into a physical altercation to the point that she suddenly hit him. Now, to be real and to be honest, if Lulu hit Dro and she didn't attempt to cause him to be injured in that way or unalive, maybe it was an accident. But how the way you move, Lulu, you made everybody feel like it was something suspicious. You made it seem like you was hiding more than what you was saying. If you and this man got into a physical altercation or a heated confrontation in the car, he hit you, you hit him, that's all you had to say. When you did that U-turn, Dro got out that car because Dro was injured. You acted out of rage. And when you hit Dro, you hit him with so much force to the point that you caused blunt force trauma to this man's head. So when Dro exited that vehicle, he already was hurt. When Dro collapsed, he was already hurt. Can we really prove that Lulu hit Dro? The answer is no. But at the end of the day, y'all tell me what y'all think.
And he stops. I'm like, what's this guy doing? I honk, and he turns his blinkers on. Like, okay, he's not working. We go around, we see someone's in the road. And she's a nurse, so we immediately pull over.
So where were you not to stop y'all?
We were in this lane.
His outside lane?
His car would have been right here.
He had the flashers on.
We got here, we see his body. He was up there about 15 feet.
Yes.
We get out. She immediately runs over. I had gloves in the car. She's checking him. You want to say what you initially saw?
He had a pulse.
Okay.
He was breathing. I opened up his pupils to make sure his pupils were good. They were normal. Okay. He was kind of moving around a little bit, like he was kind of disoriented. And I kept saying, hey, I'm a nurse. My name's Brandy. Can I help you? No response. Kind of just kept moving around a little bit.
While she was on the ground, I was surveying the area. One of the things I want to mention, I believe you said he always had two phones on him.
Yeah,
three. He had three. Oh, three.
Yes, three.
He had his this is what I thought was suspicious, is there was his wallet and his phone. There was about $15 in cash, like laid out like this, as if to show this wasn't a robbery. It looked like someone set it there. Like all nice. The wings were right by his feet. They hadn't been opened. The pizza was all over the road. The other thing I want to say, why was the car going this way if the pizza place is down that way?
Right.
That's the important thing I wanted to relate. They should not have been coming that way with fresh food. And their hotel was over here. So they were coming back, which didn't make sense with that story.
Now, woo! Out to Nothing But the Truth. And I am about to, let me put her channel into the chat. This queen does her big ones on her videos. She does not play around. Let me put that into the chat so y'all can follow her and check out her other videos. She's been doing a variety of videos. And she's so supportive of other content creators too, y'all. You probably will see her in the chats from time to time. But she broke that thing down on what could have possibly happened in her own creative way in her video, but showing proof, of what the witnesses stated. Okay. Then that inbox, I had never seen that. or known about that inbox back in February. Okay. So all of these things play a part. It's not just one person saying something, y'all. Like we gotta just open our eyes sometimes and really look at things, critically, and really use your own mind. Be an independent thinker. Really look at the facts of a case, and things that are being stated. What evidence do we have? What proof? Because, like I said, I'm questioning a lot now. Okay, and really trying to look at this thing. Thanks. I was wondering who was speaking. Yes, nothing but the truth. Yes. And she does a phenomenal job. But y'all, that was all that I wanted to update us on today. I will update y'all more if I see some more things throughout this day pertaining to the case, and any updates or receipts and so forth, that we could put some puzzle pieces together. Make sure you are a member, because there are certain things that I'll share with the members that I don't share out here publicly. And all you have to do is click the join button, or the link is on the my YouTube channel homepage there in that section. And shout out to Shelly Shells, Dreamy Girl, and Latte, the mods in the building. Also, thank you, Catherine, for being a sponsor for today's live. I do appreciate that. And those of you who would like to support, you're also welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field as well. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday. It is still justice for Dro, and what happened to Dro. Thank y'all for joining. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.